Morning, Kiwi Key. In case you don't know me by now, my name is Ward Snyder. I'm one of the tennis professionals here, as well as pickleball professional. Before I begin, I must say hello to my sponsor, Shark Life, a memoir. It's a book that I just had published, and I think you'll find it to be a great read. Some interesting things on Kiwi Key. Hopefully you'll pick up a copy. If you don't like it, I'll refund your money or send it to a charity of your choice. Before we begin, we got to sanitize, folks. Don't forget, we're in a little bit of a corona crisis. Notice how I use the grip that I use to clean my hands. You can use any grip you like. No tension. Do your grip. Sanitize the ball. And we're ready. Now, to the first segment, we're talking about the serve. The serve is the beginning of every point. You're gonna use this shot probably more than anything, and it's probably one of the most important shots you're gonna hit. I've seen many different serves out here, many different motions, and I'm not ascribing to one size fits all. Believe me on that. However, I'm going to show you something that will be simpler than perhaps what you're doing. And I'd like to talk first about the toss, because a good toss begets a very good and consistent serve. So forgive me, but I have a cheat sheet of notes because my memory is failing me in my older age. But for starters, number one, the setup. Many of you, and I won't mention any names, start up here, and then you drop down, and then you go up. Now, I propose a simpler method than that. Number one, the racket is heavy in this position. The racket's light in this position. So what I'd like to see you do is, again, to relax everything here. Ball and the racket are together, and it's very light. Then, that's step number one. You're relaxed. Everything's relaxed. Number two, where do you hold the ball? How do you hold the ball? I was taught by the great Jimmy Everett, Warren Woodcock, who worked with Vitas Gerulaitis, Peter Fleming, pretty good pros. Imagine you are holding an ice cream cone. And I assume most of you like ice cream. Chocolate, vanilla, straw, I don't care what it is. You don't want to lose your ice cream, do you? Well, guess what? If you're holding an ice cream cone with your fingers in your fingertips, and there's your scoop of ice cream, you go straight up, and you don't want to lose that ice cream. I don't want to see all kinds of stuff going on. Notice my arm is extended, and then it goes straight up. Okay? If it's bent from the beginning, it's going to extend and back and forth, and it will be very, very inconsistent. I have to also mention the great Roger Lyman Federer, who has, if you ever watch Roger, you will never see a bad toss. Same thing with Serena, probably the best woman server of all time. You never see a bad toss. What's common between the two? Their arm is extended straight up. And when they throw it up, their head stays up, and that'll be into number four. How high do you toss the ball? Standing here, reach up as high as you can, and I'm limited because of the ceiling, of course. And if you jump, which is good, most of us don't jump, but if you can jump, you're going to go even higher than that, and that's where your toss should be. And ideally, when you throw it up there, that ball is hanging in midair. It's not coming down, it's not going up. That's the ideal toss. How about keeping the chin up and your head up and the left arm up? If you keep this up longer, that will keep your head up. That'll keep your racket on the ball longer rather than collapsing down. Ideally, you should load up. You should bend your legs and spring up into the shot. Most importantly, where do you toss the ball? Everyone knows I'm big on 1 o'clock for righties, 11 o'clock for lefties. What does that mean? Assuming I'm in my ready position here, my left toe is out, my right foot is square, my new relaxed position here. Here's 12 o'clock. Imagine the ball. There's 12. Here's 1 over here, if you can see that. So 1 o'clock would be slightly out. Imagine like you're throwing a baseball for a moment. If you're going to throw a baseball and you're right-handed, you would throw it and release it at 1 o'clock. Many of you throw it at 12 o'clock and you hit from here and then you fall left. Some of you you've gotten used to a bad habit that works for you, but does it really work? What kind of power do you have if you're falling left? I want you to fall in toward your target, okay? So, work on this. Relax. Proper fingers. Go straight up. Go through your motion. And what you need to do is, I'm going to show you. Draw a circle. If you're in your garage, put something here, a CD, maybe 2 CDs right here, about a foot out in front of you at 1 o'clock. Go through the motion. Go through the motion. Don't just stand there at home and do this. It's a waste of time. Go through the motion. And again, whether you go straight up here, whether you go down and up, that's your own signature. I'm not trying to change your signature. Remember, one size does not necessarily fit all. And you all have been doing this for a long time. So I'm not going to get into the idiosyncrasies of your motion. But I can tell you this. If you can't throw 4 or 5 in a row in this general vicinity like I just described, how are you going to have any consistency assuming you make the same swing every time? Not going to be very consistent. So in these next few weeks or months, who knows how long, you got a place in your garage to do this. Go outside, work on the toss. Trust me on this. Rehearse over and over. And then when you start to play again, I guarantee you your serve is going to be a lot better. That's pretty much it. That exhausts my notes. Stay tuned for the next segment, which is going to be a little bit more of the methodology of how to serve. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something from this. Stay tuned for the next episode.